All right, as promised, today we're going to be hopping into my season predictions. This is going to be a great video. Basically, what I'm going to be doing here is first jumping into the standing predictions for each division, every single team's record. Once we talk about that and finish that up, I'm going to be hopping into my predictions, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, MVP, all that good stuff. And then last, we're going to save the playoff predictions. So that is going to be last. So everything is going to be in this video. Going to be a great one. Let's get right into this. First, let's start out with the AL East, and we're going to go from bottom to top here. So, leading it off at number 5, last place in the division, I got the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Orioles, they've been at the bottom of this division for a couple years now. They haven't been really competing. They really don't have much right now. They have Adley Rutschman coming up. They have Ryan Mountcastle, a couple promising young players there. Trey Mancini returning from his cancer last year, so they're going to be having some improvements and enforcements on the way, but right now they're number 5 in this division. I got them at 64-98 this season. And at 4th place in the division, we have the Boston Red Sox. Now, the Red Sox last year were pretty awful. They've been great in years past, but they just don't have too much great talent on the roster right now. Yeah, they have Bogarts, they have JD Martinez who can bounce back. They have Devers, they have some talent offensively, but the pitching is where they fall down here. They have Eovaldi as their one right now. That's just not going to get you too far. You got Chris Sale coming back later in the season, but you never know with him with his age and coming off Tommy John surgery. So they're coming in at number 4. I have them at 73-89 this year. Coming in at 3rd place, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, I think a lot of people are sleeping on this team considering they made the World Series last year. I mean, they're still really talented even after losing Blake Snell and Charlie Morton. And offensively, they have just a great team. A lot of good hitters. They got Wander Franco on the way. A lot of people are sleeping on them. I think they're going to be 3rd in the division. They're going to come in at 87-75 this year. Coming in 2nd place in the AL East, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. This team, there's a lot of hype around them this year. They got a lot of up-and-coming young players this year. They got Vlad Guerrero another year coming up. They got Bo Bichette. They got Hyun-Jin Ryu they acquired. They have a lot of off-season talent acquisitions like George Springer as well. They have a lot of talent on this team. I like them a lot this year. I have them coming in at 2nd place at 93-69. And that means we got the New York Yankees at number 1. On paper, this team's stacked. They have superstars like Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Aroldis Chapman in the bullpen. They have other great assets on the team like Luke Voigt, Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu I even forgot about. They're just stacked all around this year, and I think they're just right now the number 1 team in this division. I can't put them anywhere but 1. I got them going 95-67 this year. Getting onto the AL Central now, at number 5, we have the Detroit Tigers. While the Tigers might not be as bad in years past, I still don't think they're going to make too much of a leap this year. I have them going 69-93. That is an improvement from the past couple seasons, like I said, but I still just don't see a lot of talent there. They got some up-and-coming prospects. They got Willie Castro, who can have a breakout year. Miggy's still on the team. Outside of that, they don't got much going on there, so coming in at number 5 in the division. At number 4, we have the Kansas City Royals. And I'm not going to lie, I do like this team's offense heading into this season. They have a lot of talent. They have guys like Carlos Santana, Salvador Perez, Alberto Mondesi, Hunter Dozier, Benintendi, who can be a bargain for them if he comes back and plays well, Jorge Soler. There's lots of talent offensively, but they don't have a lot of pitching. Brad Keller's their number 1 right now. That's just not going to cut it. I got them going 77-85 this year. And at number 3, we have the Minnesota Twins. I got them going 81-81, and I know that's extremely low considering all the talent they have, but they're just known as chokers in the past. I don't know. I'm just thinking there's going to be a collapse here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of injuries on this team. I know you can't predict injuries, but I just don't like this team. I just don't like their coaching staff too much. They have a great manager in Rocco Baldelli. I just don't see them. I just think it's going to be an off year for them this year. I have them coming in at 81-81, like I said, at number 3 in the division. And at number 2, we have the Cleveland Indians. And I know this team lost a lot of talent. They lost Francisco Lindor. They lost their closer in Brad Hand. They don't got too much talent left hanging around there, but I think with the stars they have, they can elevate them to 2nd in this division. They have guys like Jose Ramirez. They picked up Eddie Rosario. They still have Franmil Reyes, who's a great power bat. They have Shane Bieber. They have James Karinchak, who's going to be a pretty good, solid closer for them. I think he showed a great year last year, and I think they're just going to finish better than the Twins this year. I like their upper part of their team, their stars, better than the Twins, so I have them coming in at 83-79 this year. And at number 1, it's not even close. I got the Chicago White Sox. This year, I love the White Sox. I got them finishing just under 100 wins at 99 and 63. I think they're talented all around. They have plenty of pitching. They got Lucas Giolito, Dallas Keuchel, Lance Lynn. I mean, they have great bullpen over there as well. They have solid hitters all around. Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada. You can just go on and on. Jose Abreu. I mean, Eloy Jimenez will be out for a while, but I think that's going to give Andrew Vaughn, the prospect over there, a lot much more playing time, which can benefit them. So I have them at number 1 this year, 99 and 63. And moving on to the AL West, at number 5, we have the Texas Rangers. This team does not have too much talent at this point. They have no pitching. They lost Lance Lynn, Mike Minor. They should have traded them last year while their trade value was much higher. They didn't do that. They screwed up. They don't have much hitting either. They have Joey Gallo. Outside of that, not much talent on this team offensively. Overall, not a great team at all. I got them at 5th place in the AL West at 57 and 105. And at number 4, we have the Seattle Mariners. And it hurts putting them at number 4, considering they're my second favorite team in baseball, obviously behind the Colorado Rockies here. But I like the team a lot. I love Jared Kelenic. I think he's going to be a superstar in this league. They have a lot of assets offensively, like Kyle Seager, Dylan Moore. They got a lot of talent out there. JP Crawford, Kyle Lewis, Mitch Haniger coming back, but their pitching staff is what brings them down. They have Marco Gonzalez, a great pitcher. Don't get me wrong, he's not really an ace in my opinion. I just think the pitching is going to be their downfall. I think they're going to be 76 and 86 this year. And coming in at number 3, we have the Oakland Athletics. Now, this team has had success in the past couple years, led by Matt Chapman and Matt Olson offensively. Nothing wrong with those guys. I think they're going to have another great year, both of them. The pitching is what worries me a little bit. They lost Liam Hendricks out of the bullpen. They did pick up Rosenthal, but he's no Liam Hendricks in my opinion. They have Chris Bassett as their opening day starter. They have Luzardo. They have some talent there, but I just don't think their pitching's enough. And outside of Olson and Chapman, I don't see much talent offensively. So I think those gaping holes outside of their top couple stars there, I think is going to really expose them. I have them coming in at 82 and 80 this year. Coming in at number 2, we have my sleeper team this year. It's the Los Angeles Angels. They did improve offensively. They have Rendon coming back, Mike Trout. They have Ohtani, who's going to be returning this year with much improved bat. I think he's had a great spring. He's going to be pitching this year as well. If he performs, he's going to be a huge asset for this team. The issue with this team is, like in the past, they don't have much pitching this year. I personally don't mind their pitching. They don't have a true ace, but I think 1 through 5, they have a bunch of decent pitchers. Like, they're not going to hurt him. They're going to give him some decent innings, and with that offense, they're going to give him a chance to win. Like, the offense can always score 5+ runs on any given night. I think they're going to finish second in the AL West this year. I got them finishing at 85 and 77. And at number 1, we have the Houston Astros. Now, even without Justin Verlander this year, it's going to take a big hit to their rotation. I think they help a lot of talent in that rotation. They have guys like Jose Urquidy. They have Christian Javier. They have Zach Greinke still around. They have some talent in that rotation, and I also like their bullpen. They have Ryan Presley as their closer, who showed out last year, had a great year. Offensively, they still got guys like Altuve. Bregman's going to have a big year, I think, bounce back for him. Correa's going to have a monster year. Michael Brantley, Kyle Tucker, Yordan Alvarez returning. This offense is so overpowered, and with their decent pitching, I think it can get them to number 1 in the AL West. I got them going in 92 and 70. And starting off the NL, we're going to be going into the NL East. At number 5, I have the Miami Marlins. Now, the Marlins made a crazy run last year. They made it past the first round of the playoffs. They beat the Cubs. That was such a Cinderella run. No one expected them to do that good last year. I think they're going to fall back down to earth this year. They have a great starting rotation. They got guys like Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Sixto Sanchez. I mean, there's talent in that rotation there, but with their offense, I just don't see too much star power there. They have Marte. Outside of that, they got Brian Anderson. I just don't think they're talented enough offensively to go that far, especially in this division. One of the best divisions in baseball, in my opinion. So I got them going 71 and 91 this year. And at number 4, I got the Washington Nationals. Now, a lot of people think this team is going to be good this year, and well, I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be great. They have Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin heading the rotation. They all have great arms, but they are getting old, and they have a lot of mileage on those arms. I don't think they're going to have too great of seasons as they have had in the past. They have great hitting. They have 2 superstars in Juan Soto and Trey Turner. But like I said, I think the pitching is going to be a big downfall for them. I think their arms are just too old to perform what they've done in the past. They're coming in at number 4 in the NL East this year at 81-81. Coming in at number 3, I got the New York Mets. Gonna get some hate for this. I know, the Mets are really talented. They have had lots of talented rosters in the past though, and that is my issue. They've had a lot of talent all the time. They've never lived up to expectations. I think nothing changes this year. They have great arms. They have DeGrom, the best pitcher undoubtedly in baseball. They have Noah Syndergaard potentially returning mid-May, mid-June. Carlos Carrasco, who got injured, they acquired him. They have Lindor, the big bat offensively, Pete Alonso, and Michael Conforto. They have a lot of talent offensively, I know. I just think with the past rosters they've had, they just haven't performed. I think nothing changes this year. I think they're going to be a good team. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I got them at 84-78 this year at 3rd place in the NL East. Coming in at number 2, I got the Philadelphia Phillies. If you've been watching my videos by now, you know I'm a big fan of the Phillies this year. I like their pitching. I like how they have Aaron Nola at the top, Zach Wheeler, Zach Eflin. They have 3 pretty solid pitchers in my opinion, and they did make some reinforcements from their Major League worst bullpen ERA last year. They picked up Archie Bradley, Jose Alvarado. They still have Hector Neris. They got some arms down in that bullpen. They also got Tony Watson. Their offense is going to be ridiculous. I think Bryce Harper is going to have an MVP type season, maybe highlighting what I'm going to be talking about earlier. I don't want to give anything away, but he's going to have a monster year, I think. They got Didi Gregorius, Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, Alec Boehm, only going to get better this year. Their offense is great. Their pitching is great. Their bullpen was awful last year. They made reinforcements, which is why I have them at number 2 in the NL East, 91-71 this year. And at number 1, I got the Atlanta Braves. I mean, where do we start with this team? They're stacked all around. They have Ronald Acuna, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies on the offensive side, Marcell Ozuna as well, DHing, one of the best DHs in baseball. They have so many great pitchers. They have Mike Soroka, who is injured, but he'll be back. You got Ian Anderson, absolute stud. Max Fried, absolute stud. You got some solid bullpen pieces there as well with Will Smith, great closer. This team's all around built for a World Series run. I got them at number 1, 104 wins this year and 58 losses. Getting started with the NL Central here, at number 5, we have no surprises. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates are really, on paper, probably the worst team in baseball, in my opinion. With this record, it might be a little generous. I do think they're going to have some solid players like Brian Hayes. I think Brian Reynolds will bounce back. But I got them at number 5. Not much to say here. I got them at 64-98. Coming in at number 4 in the NL Central, I got the Chicago Cubs. It is sad to see this team drop to what they have been last season and this season. They just don't have too much young players in their team. They have Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez, who could all have great years. I just don't believe in them really. I don't think they're gonna go back to what they were at one time in their career. They got Kyle Hendricks as their ace, which is no problem. He's a great pitcher, but outside of that, they don't have much talent on this team. I don't like them this year at all. I got them at 75-87. And at number 3, I got the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Reds did lose Trevor Bauer, who was their ace, the NL Cy Young last year, but they still have Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray, who will start the season out on the IL. Their offense is pretty good, not great. They have Eugenio Suarez, Nick Castellanos. Outside of that, they have Joey Votto, who maybe could have a bounce back year. I'm not too sure of that right now. He's getting up there in age, but this team's nothing more than an average team. I got them at 79-83 this year. And to many surprise, I got the Cardinals at number 2. I know this team is star-studded. They got Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeJong, they got Yadier Molina returning. They've had the biggest acquisition of the offseason, Nolan Arenado at third base. He's going to be a staple in that lineup for them. They got Jack Flaherty as an ace, no problems there. He's a stud. I just think there's one team in this division that's better. Like I said, I'm not saying much bad things about this team because I do have them going 90-72. I just got one team better than them, so they're going to have a great season, but they're number 2 right now. Coming in at number 1, I got the Milwaukee Brewers. I am a huge fan of Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff at the top of that rotation. I think you got 2 aces right there. They have managed their work well the past couple of seasons. They're going to be fresh coming into this season. I like those guys a lot at the top of the rotation. Got the best bullpen in baseball, in my opinion, headed by Josh Hader and Devin Williams. These guys are both filthy. They're going to be heading that bullpen all year. Best bullpen in baseball, in my opinion. Offensively, you got Christian Yelich, gonna have a bounce back year, I believe. Keston Hiura, great offensive player as well, up and coming. I like this team a lot. I think mainly their pitching and bullpen is what is gonna get them far this year. I got them finishing at 92-70, first place in the NL Central. And for the NL West at number 5, I got the Colorado Rockies, my team, going 62-100. It pains me to say this, but it's the reality at this point. We left Nolan Arenado. We traded him for nothing. Got Austin Gomber, sick. Outside of that, we have Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon, great offensive players. Hopefully they're traded out of this pathetic organization midseason. They don't deserve to be treated like all the players have been, like Nolan Arenado has been. We have no offensive talent outside of those two guys. Defensively, on the pitching side of things, we have Germán Marquez, great pitcher in my opinion. Outside of that, we have nothing. No bullpen either. This team's pathetic, 62-100. And at number 4, we have the San Francisco Giants. I got the Giants going 71-91 this year. A lot of people are thinking they're gonna have a solid year this year, maybe around 500. I don't think so. I think this is the year they've dropped down to what their roster on paper actually shows. There's not much talent there at all. They have Mike Yastrzemski, great player, not much offensive talent outside of him. I mean, you got Kevin Gausman on the pitching side of things, not Tyler Anderson, he's on the Pirates now, but outside of Gausman, you don't have much talent there. I don't see any superstars on this team. Number 4 in the NL West. At number 3, I have the D-backs. Now, I was much bigger on this team before Zach Gallen is set to miss a month. I think he's a superstar. I think he's going to finish top 5 in the NL Cy Young voting had he not gotten injured. But without him, I don't think they're going to go too far here. They don't have much pitchers outside of him. Bumgarner's coming off an awful season. He's only getting older. He's not getting any younger at this point. Offensively, I have guys like Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, David Peralta, Eduardo Escobar. They have a decent offense, but without much pitching and bullpen, I don't think they're going to go far. I got them finishing at 72-90 this year. And at number 2 in the NL West, I have the San Diego Padres. Padres are as star-studded as they get. They got offensively Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis. They got guys like Eric Hosmer, Jake Cronenworth, Will Myers. They have a lot of talent offensively. Tommy Pham as well. They're not lacking talent offensively. They have one of the best rotations in baseball. They have Yu Darvish, Chris Paddock, Mackenzie Gore on his way up, Joe Musgrove. I mean, there's a lot of talent there on the pitching side of things. They're talented all around. One of the best teams in baseball, in my opinion, on paper. I got them coming in at 99-63 this year. And coming in at number 1, it's the LA Dodgers. I mean, I wanted to put San Diego at 1 simply because I like them better, but I can't do that. This team's just too talented. They got Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, who in my opinion is going to have a huge year, Justin Turner. They got Will Smith behind the plate, one of the best catchers in baseball offensively. They're not lacking anywhere else. I mean, pitching as well, they're stacked. They have Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Trevor Bauer, NL Cy Young last year, just acquired, no big deal. Kenley Jansen in the bullpen. They just have no weakness. They're one of the best teams in baseball, if not the best, in my opinion. I got them finishing at 101-61 this year. And with our standings predictions out of the way now, let's hop into my awards. Now, starting it off with the MVPs, first we're going to go into the AL MVP, and I have Alex Bregman. I think this guy's going to have a huge year in Houston. I think he's going to bounce back. I think with all that trash can stuff, the distraction behind them, I think he's going to have an absolutely monster year in Houston. I'm thinking anywhere from 40-plus home runs to maybe even 110, 120 RBIs, hitting 300, stealing double-digit bases, maybe 10, I would say. This guy's a stud. He's pretty good defensively as well. He's no slouch over there. I think Houston's going to have a great year. I think Alex Bregman is the AL MVP. He's going to have a huge year. And for my NL MVP, I have Corey Seager. I think this guy is going to have an absolutely huge year over there in LA. I think he's going to finally be healthy this year. If he does stay healthy, I can see this guy hitting 40 plus, maybe even 50 home runs. This guy has 300 plus average potential. He hits the ball very well all around the field. Defensively, he's great as well at shortstop. I think we might be seeing 45 home run, 100 plus RBI season with a 300 plus average from Corey Seager. He's never been too much of a threat on the base pass, maybe 5 stolen bases or so, but I mean, he's going to have a huge year. In my opinion, I got him as the NL MVP. And getting onto the Cy Youngs, in the AL side of things, I have Garrett Cole. Cole, honestly, in my opinion, had an underwhelming year last year in his debut in New York. He had a 2.84 ERA, a 7-2 record, 90 plus strikeouts in like 70 innings or so. I think he's going to have 270 strikeouts this year. I think he's going to be an absolute monster if he stays healthy. 20-win season, maybe even an ERA, maybe even below 2.5. I think he's going to have another ridiculous year like he did back in Houston. So he is my pick for AL Cy Young. And on the NL side of things, I'm predicting Walker Buehler to be the NL Cy Young. Buehler has all the talent in the world, in my opinion. His stuff is absolutely filthy. And if he stays healthy this year, I think he is going to win that Cy Young. I think he's going to have an ERA well under 3. He might even have an ERA under 2, I think. I think he is that talented. His stuff is that good. 200 plus strikeout season with an ERA hovering around 2, maybe even under, in my opinion, on the best team in the NL. I think that's worthy of some Cy Young votes. I got him in my NL Cy Young this year. And real quick, going into the Rookie of the Years now, in the AL, I got Jared Kelenic. In the NL, I got Ian Anderson. As I mentioned before, I think Kelenic has 2020 potential in his first season. He is so talented, in my opinion. He has a lot of power and a lot of speed. Put that together with great defense in the outfield in Seattle. He's my AL Rookie of the Year. And in NL, as I mentioned, I have Ian Anderson. Crazy to think he's still eligible for this award considering he pitched in the World Series for the Braves last year. He had a lot of innings last year. He did great. I'm a big Ian Anderson believer. I got him as my NL Rookie of the Year. And now that we got our predictions for standings and our award winners out of the way, let's get to what we've all been waiting for, the playoff predictions. Now for my AL postseason teams, the wild card, I got the Blue Jays and the Rays. The division winners, I have the Astros, Yankees, and White Sox. For the NL side of things, my wild card, I have the Padres against the Phillies. The division winners, I have the Dodgers, Braves, and Brewers. And for the AL wild card, I have the Jays advancing against the Rays, and I have the Phillies advancing against the Padres. Now, the Jays will face off against the White Sox, considering the White Sox have the best record in the AL, and the Phillies will face off against the Braves because I have the Braves with the best record in the NL. Now for the ALDS, I have the Astros and Yankees and Jays and White Sox. So Astros, Yankees, I got the Yankees moving on. I think they have too much star power over there. Just going to overwhelm the Astros in my opinion. And for the Jays and White Sox and the ALDS, the other matchup, I have the Toronto Blue Jays moving on. So as of right now, my ALCS is looking like Yankees, Jays. And on the NL side of things, the NLDS, the two matchups, as I mentioned, the Dodgers, Brewers, and the Braves and Phillies. So I'm predicting the Dodgers are going to beat the Brewers. Too much star power there. Just too much offensive and pitching right there. So I got the Dodgers moving on to the NLCS, and they are going to be facing off against the Philadelphia Phillies. I got the Phillies beating the Braves. I think they're going to have a big run this year. I got them moving on to face the Dodgers in the NLCS. So the last 4 teams standing right now in the AL, Yankees, Jays, and in the NL, Dodgers, Phillies. And in the ALCS, I got the Jays moving on against the Yankees. I think their addition of George Springer, they're going to have a monster year. I see them making a big postseason run, making it to the World Series. On the NL side of things, Dodgers, Phillies, I got the Dodgers. I can't pick against them with that talent they have. They're just so stacked, like all around. I just cannot pick against the Dodgers, and I got them moving on to the World Series, facing off against the Toronto Blue Jays. And in the World Series, it was a surprise to see the Jays make it this far. Not too much for the Dodgers. Everyone's expecting them to make it back this year with all the talent they have. I gotta say, I got the Dodgers in 6. I can't see anyone beating them this year with their talent. I know it's a boring pick, but it's just like, who else can you pick at this point? They're just so talented offensively, and on the pitching side of things, I just don't see anyone beating them. I see the Blue Jays making a magical run, but I think they're going to get halted. I don't think they've seen a team like the Dodgers in the AL. Once they reach the Dodgers, they're just going to overwhelm them. Their bullpen, their pitching will just wear them down. I got the Dodgers winning the World Series this year in 6 games over the Blue Jays. So there you have it, my full 2021 season predictions for standings, awards, playoff predictions, everything right there in this video. I enjoyed making this video. I've been waiting to do this one all year. I mean, I love making my predictions, love hearing what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you got winning it all? Where did I mess up? I'd love to know your guys' opinions as well. Drop a like if you enjoy the video. Comment, like I said, your predictions. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. I post daily baseball videos like this a couple times a week. So be sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos baseball related. This is a place to be for baseball, so don't forget to hit that sub button. And lastly, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be trying to post a more consistent content like I said. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.